Okay, there it is. There it is. I don't know why. Like, I toggle the source a few times and it still just stays a black screen instead of, like, appearing.
Hmm.
That's some shenanigans right there.
Yeah.
I did cut out all of the tech issues at the beginning when I put up the last one on YouTube, but
Hmm.
alright, so hello everyone again. We're back with episode 3. I'm DeadRobots
Oh, I'm Wesley.
and yeah,
Hmm.
so 3 episodes. We made it to a quarter of the season. Not bad
Yeah.
for okay, I'm actually my Twitch
Oh,
isn't showing that I've gone live yet. Does it for you? Because if it's not showing I've
yeah.
gone live, it does?
Yeah. I can see it live. It is.
Okay, so okay, I don't want it to be like not bad recording because that would
Hmm.
be weird. I hate Twitch so much sometimes. Like every time I
Yeah.
refresh, like when I go live, it just doesn't show me live. Sometimes for like a good 5 minutes, and people are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "My stream's not going live," and they're like, "Yes, it is." I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
I get
It's
bamboozled by it too often.
just fun
So
bugs.
yeah, so we're back again, and we actually this time thought ahead a bit, and we're like, hey, let's actually like take the topics we're going to talk about and share them and stuff, so we can both check them out. So we pooled some ideas. We actually have some actual stuff to talk about, which is fun. And I
Hmm.
think first off, we're gonna start with the manga announcements that came out this week.
Yeah, sure.
Which there were a few, so I know you found one that you were excited about.
Yeah. So there was some event going on somewhere that Kodansha was there on a Kodansha Comics. They will be bringing back Battle Angel Alida in a 2-in-1 omnibus with bonus content in it, and I'm like super excited about that because I read that, I watched it, and Battle Angel Alida is super rad.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to their page, the one you
Hmm.
sent me, and then I was also on the Kodansha page to show them, and they have something
Yeah.
about Clockwork Planet episode Volume 1 out, so I knew that. Last week I saw in store and mentioned it. But yeah, so Bell Angel Alita
Hmm.
coming back. I'm actually pretty excited for that. That was always a series I kind of wanted to look at. It seemed
Hmm.
really cool, but it's just hard to find.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah, you should totally check it out. It's really good. I
yeah,
bet you would like it.
probably. I mean, it's got that whole sci-fi thing going on, plus it's like cute girls. And I'm on a huge sci-fi binge right now, so it's like, or at
Yeah.
least I feel like it. Like I keep wanting to play in games that are sci-fi or read it, but I haven't actually been doing much because of work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the desire is there.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Good on
Yeah.
Kodansha. Kodansha actually does a lot of like weirder series you wouldn't expect to get released, and they're usually pretty good releases. I know they did Maria the Virgin Witch, which I have the full series of.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So they're actually one of, in my opinion, the better manga. Okay, here's my thing with manga translators.
Yeah.
They're pretty much all good. I dislike Udon because they put out like limited edition ones, but only in the US.
Yeah.
I still need to get my hardcover Kill la Kill Volume 3. I'm so
Oh.
pissed it's impossible to find. I have the first two hardcover gold and silver covers that came with the Omakase subscription box, which was like an anime service box. Unfortunately, went under before the third volume came out.
Yeah.
So if I get the soft cover, it doesn't fit on my shelf with the others, but I can't get the hardcover because Udon was like, America only, and then they didn't do it again. So I'm kind of salty at Udon there.
Hmm.
Del Rey's dead, so we don't have to talk about them. Broccoli's dead. Uh, Dark Horse, I wish when they did reprints they would keep the backs of the books the same because I have Chobits Volume, like Omnibus 1 and Omnibus 2, but they're from two different print runs, so the backs are different, and that pisses me off.
Oh. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Dark Horse, unless if it's like a full reprint, like
Hmm.
like new version. And then fuck Tokyo Pop.
Yeah. I don't know. I've got like kind of a soft spot for Tokyo Pop just because way back in the day, like they had the stuff that kind of got me into
Yeah,
anime and
they
manga.
they
But I
caused the
don't know about them
manga
anymore.
crash. They destroyed
Yeah,
the manga industry. They
yeah.
there's so many good series that they got you into. Like I have
Hmm.
every volume they released of Elemental Gelad. Every 12 out of
Yeah.
18, it will never be released in on like
Ugh.
physical again, and it'll never be finished.
Yeah.
And it
It's
pisses
like.
me off. It was finished digitally, so I can still check out, but it's like it just
Hmm.
pisses me off so much that it's like it couldn't be finished because Tokyo Pops didn't know how to run a business, and now they're trying
Yeah.
to come back, and I'm just like, learn from your mistakes, people. Don't trust them.
Yeah.
Uh, that's another thing with
Ugh.
like Plus Anima.
Hmm.
Someone mentioned to me they like wanted an anime of that, which like unfortunately it's too old at this point. I probably will never get one.
Yeah.
All I want is a reprint. You can find the first, like, 9 of the 10 volumes well, but the last one, because it came out right as Tokyo Pop died, they go for, like, $200 for a used volume.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's brutal. Um,
Ugh.
and then Yen Press is just super expensive, and I don't fucking know why, because they're one of the biggest... They can afford to make it not that expensive, but they don't.
Hmm.
My favorite is Seven Seas, just because they do a lot of smaller
Yeah.
releases. Also, hello to the chat. Necro is
Hmm.
here again. Hello,
Hello.
Necro. And
Hello.
that was
Hello.
a good. I know I'm ranting a bit, but I was using that to transition us to the next manga release announcement. To
Ooh.
Love Ru and To Love Ru Darkness are finally coming to North America. People have wanted it
Mm.
for years, and it's
Yeah.
finally coming. Seven Seas, as I mentioned them, has announced it. Personally, I'm probably not going to be reading it so much or checking out. I'm
Hmm.
slowly working through the first season of the anime still, but
Yeah.
they've announced that To Love Ru, the original, and Darkness will be released alongside each other, which is kind of a weird thing to do since, you know, you
Hmm.
usually go OG first, then Darkness, but
Yeah. I guess
OG's
may.
yeah, OG's being put out in 2-in-1 Omnibus Edition, so it'll go by faster. Volume 1 will be print on October 24th, 2017, and To Love Ru Darkness will be single volumes, and the first volume will come out October 31st, 2017. So not too far away. I really like that with Seven Seas when they do announcements. It's usually and it's coming out in a few months. It's not like the Battle Angel Alita, where we haven't even
Yeah.
heard any announcements, I don't think. I'm actually just going to go to their site
Yeah.
quickly,
I
see
know
if there
the
is anything about it.
this one picture just says holiday 2017. So
Yeah, that can be any holiday. It'll probably come out
yeah.
around Christmas, I would think, for
Yeah.
the sales.
So still a ways off for that.
Yeah, and
But
then the last manga announcement I'm going to bring up just because it's one of those fun ones.
hmm.
Viz has announced that they will be translating a Splatoon manga and bringing that over.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
never really got into Splatoon because I didn't use my Wii U very much, but it's always I really love this style of it, and I think it's awesome. So I
yeah,
might actually check out the manga even though I've like never played it.
yeah. I'm curious about what type of manga it is. I'd be really excited if it's like one of those omnibus anthology comics that a bunch of different artists put in because there were so many when it came out good like web comics and takes on it. It'd be really cool to see a mix.
Hmm.
Alright, so I went to the Kodansha site. There's no news about Battle Angel Alita. They haven't updated their site yet. Gonna check Viz quickly, see
Yeah.
if they have stuff about. I saw on Facebook. I could probably find it again. I should have actually kept the link. I forgot to.
Mm. Oh,
Uh, I'm not seeing stuff on here. I know
oh,
it's announced, but
yeah.
it's hard to find.
I imagine they'll post something sometime this week since they just announced it over the weekend.
Yeah, their website layout sucks.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Viz. Jesus Christ, your website layout is awful. At least they have like the at the bottom split into media, select, Ghibli, or Shoujo Beat.
Hmm.
It's weird that there's not a shonen. Oh, the shonen jumps at the top for whatever reason. Unlike all
Oh.
the others, they're like at the bottom. But
Huh.
that's interesting. Anyways,
Yeah.
so those were the manga announcements that we were kind of excited about and saw this week.
Hmm.
Um, few other things to bring up. when we're on the topic of manga, I did find that manga I mentioned last time that had the really good LGBT representation,
Yeah.
and like, so it's called Shimanami Tasoger,
Hmm.
and uh, it's actually rated really well. It only has like 644 users on my anime list, which is really low, but it's rated
Hmm.
8.61, ranking it in 76th place out of
Wow.
all the manga on the site. So that's
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Oh,
really good. Short
okay. I
synopsis of it is:
Yeah.
after recently moving to Onomichi, Hiroshima, high school student Tesuku Kaname is thrown into despair at the possibility that he may have been outed for being gay. Convinced his life is over, his despair turns into shock when he sees a woman jump out of a window of a nearby house. Tesuku races to a house in a panic only to discover that it is a public meeting lounge owned by the woman he saw before. Tesuku comes face to face with the woman and she walks past him unharmed, but not before she implies that she has been watching him from afar. Confused, Tesuku follows her up to the top of a steep hill where she offers to briefly listen to what's on his mind. Although Tesuku doesn't go into much detail, he later accepts her invitation to come to the lounge and to meet others with similar trouble. So it's like a bunch of these different people who all have their own
Hmm.
kind of like issues in life, and not just one character in the LGBT community. There's a few in differing spots, and it's like kind of just people trying to like make a community to get through stuff together, and it's really
Yeah.
well done. Because
That's
of
cool.
course there's the whole he thinks his life is over, he's in despair for possibly being out and stuff. There is
Hmm.
some stuff that can make you very uncomfortable in it, and I mean
Yeah.
very. So yeah, be warned about that. It's not a super happy series, but it's very realistic compared to a lot. It's not basically like, oh, my dude bro came over, oh, he's gay. Oh, I'm gay. He's gonna shove me in a shower. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah.
yaoi that just ends up like that. So it's
Yeah.
like, there's also good yaoi that's not like that, but it's a lot harder to
Hmm.
find because it's
Yeah.
so heavily fetishized, and I don't know why. It's weird, but
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, I would highly recommend this series. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. When
And
you liked this last night, I looked at it and apparently I added this onto my plan to read list at some point. I don't remember ever doing that, so I'll probably get around to reading it at some point.
unfortunately, there's no translation, legal
Yeah.
translation. I'm not going to
Yeah.
tell people where to find it legal. You can do that on your own. Of
Hmm.
course, like, I understand having to find, because some stuff doesn't get translated, of course, finding, like,
Yeah.
those translations and stuff. But I do want to highly
Hmm.
recommend always going the legal routes when you can to support a
Yeah.
series as much as possible. I try to always buy English copies of series I have read when they come out.
Hmm.
Um, like After Hours got announced to have a release, I think I mentioned before, and I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be buying that whole series. Mercy of
Hmm.
Lago I'd been reading for a while is now being translated, so I'm like buying those. It's just you want to support the creators and you want to support the industry so it can keep making more product and like more good stories. You can't just be, well, I'm gonna constantly illegally download all this stuff like this anime or this manga, and no one's gonna get hurt because in the end it does. The creators don't get enough money. It's harder to pay wages. When when anime sells better and makes more money, they can afford to pay their creators more. Unfortunately, most of that payment just goes towards voice actors who are they make a ridiculous percentage out of
Uh,
every anime, which is crazy. Like I saw the percentage
mhm.
sometime, like it's mind-boggling. That's
Oh, wow.
it's very hard to become a seiyuu, and because of that, you will like if you get in, you're basically set for life.
Mm.
If you just do like a few hit shows or whatever, because
Hmm.
I believe seiyuus they have all the other stuff too, like drama CDs and stuff. If they sing anything in the show, like they get cuts from all of that, which is
Yeah.
really good. And then I think the next highest up, which only earned like a tenth of what Seiyus did, was the director. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
it's a
So
thing, but
yeah, definitely support, like buy it when you can, whenever it's available. Totally buy it and support it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Or even if you can't buy and support, like if you are just streaming, try to stick to like the legal sites as much as possible, like Crunchyroll, Hulu,
Hmm.
Netflix, Funimation. We didn't want to. I didn't want this to become a lecture, but really support the
Yeah,
industry.
yeah. It's better for everyone
Yeah, like
that way. Yeah.
definitely is. I've been looking to buy some Blu-ray lately, actually, of my series. Although I also support the series with my card game addiction because I play Weiss Schwartz, which is all anime card games, so
Yeah.
they get some copyright value out of that right there.
Hmm.
So yeah, I the last 2 points we had were AmiAmi has already released for pre-order a figure of Ryuzu from Clockwork Planet.
Hmm.
Like, you can pre-order it now, it's to be released August, and it is really nice looking.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
It's something on her face looks kind of weird to me. I don't know. It just
Everyone
looks
always has
flat.
issues with the faces, because
Yeah, I don't
that's the
know.
thing, it's a 2D medium put in a 3D perspective. It doesn't
Yeah,
translate well. It's a lot better than a lot of the faces I've seen on figures.
yeah.
My
Okay.
favorite thing though is that stand with all the clocks. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, that's
It
really good.
if this anime is good enough,
Hmm.
this is like a $200 figure. It's on
Oh.
sale while pre-ordered for about 150.
Hmm.
If this series gets really good and I like it enough, by the end I will buy this.
Oh wow.
I'll
um,
do it for the show. I'll show it off. Uh,
I, I don't think I'll be buying any figures anytime soon. That's mostly because I don't have shelf space.
oh, that's fair. I just got my new
Yeah.
bookshelf, which ate a big portion of my last paycheck. Uh, but yeah. Speaking of figures, the only figures I really, really want right now, like the ones I really
Hmm.
want, is I wanted to get the Four School Live girls.
Hmm.
Right, like, I really like School Live. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. But I'm really pissed because the figures they released. Oh God, Search Up School Live comes up with Love Live. There's too much
That's
stuff to go through to find these figures.
I don't
Alright,
know.
they have Kurumi, which is Shovel Waifu, who's amazing.
Hmm.
They have Yuri, who is like the more adult one that looks after. Like, these figures are all really nice looking. The
Yeah.
the Kurumi one I can still buy. The Yuri Rithon one is out of it's the Yuris are closed, but I can still find one somewhere else. Right, there are people who have them.
Hmm.
It's just I can't find on AmiAmi for the easy order. And then
Hmm.
there's also the Yuki one, which I can't find. It sold out on AmiAmi too, because those are the first two that came out. Kurumi came out, uh, or late February 2017. So yeah, it just came out. But
Yeah.
they never came out with Miki.
Oh.
They did not release the fourth girl. There's no Miki Naoki figure. There's three of the four, and it pisses me off so much. I don't want to get them all because I'd be missing one,
That,
and they'd be
that's a
missing my favorite character. It's like, why?
huh. That's
It's
really
suffering.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know
Huh.
why. Since the last one did come out just this February, I'm thinking they
Hmm.
might possibly put out a Miki one in the
Oh
future.
yeah.
They might come out with a second season too because the first season ends before the manga's there. They might just be waiting for the manga to get a bit farther ahead to do a second season. She
Uh,
might eventually come out, but
okay.
she has not yet. And I don't think she's been announced to.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, it
If
makes me
it's
sad.
if the series is still like ongoing and still being released, then it's probably gonna happen eventually. I would guess.
Probably.
That's yeah.
Um,
That seems weird. That like they already have the other three all done and out. That's strange.
yeah,
Huh.
there's actually, I'm not sure how many volumes it are released yet.
Hmm.
I should check. I mean, the anime came out in 2015, and the figure came out in 2017 still, so there's some
Hmm.
hope. Right, my anime list doesn't tell you
Oh.
how many volumes are out, unless if it's finished. I know
Oh.
there's
Right.
6 out in English right now. 7th is coming out soonish, I believe in May, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also an official Polish release of
Oh,
School Live.
okay. Like, of all the other languages to pick, that seems kind of out of the blue, but okay. I
I
guess Poland
mean,
loves anime.
Poland does love anime. And so the last thing to talk about before we get into our shows. So you remember I mentioned Manga Sensei last week, right?
Yeah, I
And
remember
I
that.
said it was kind of lighthearted, it's kind of nice, but it
Mm-hmm.
might go down that path of we're all going to hell.
Yeah.
Well, we're all going to hell. So
Oh,
I
great.
watched the second episode and then I dropped the show.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't read the synopsis on my anime list, but the very first 5 words is the new sibling romantic comedy.
Oh,
That right there tells you everything. So episode
okay.
2, the high schooler kid who writes
Yeah.
light novels and gets his elementary or middle school sister to draw erotic stuff for him
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Her classmate shows up and she's like, I'm here to get to come to school, and is trying to like woo him so that he'll like let her in and easily be her friend, and she's going on about like, I love dicks. All girls my age love dicks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then there is some payoff here. She's like,
Yeah.
what? Why isn't it working? Why isn't this guy falling for me? And so the main character, this is the moment I knew, fuck this show, fuck this main character. Also, all of
Yeah.
the characters I've seen so far up to this episode are all fucking
Mm-hmm.
awful, except for the editor. I hate them all. I'm not watching this anymore, but so he's thinking to himself, I don't think he says it, he might have, it went into a flashback, where he's
Mm-hmm.
like, ha, you fool, I would never be seduced to love at first sight with a random girl when I wash my much more beautiful sister's panties every day. And I'm like, oh my god, this guy is fucking awful. But it's immediately followed up with the other girl going, your dick must be defective.
Oh,
Like, God bless this girl for setting this piece of shit straight.
yeah.
I am, I'm washing my hands clean of this series after this episode.
Yeah.
It was a thing, and a thing that I will continue no longer.
Yeah.
If the characters weren't so unlikable, I could maybe go through, because there was some
Mm-hmm.
comedic points, but God,
Yeah.
I hate
That,
all of them
oh,
so much.
yeah, that sounds pretty spectacularly bad. That's,
Yeah.
oh,
People love it though because,
because of
incest.
course they do. Yeah.
People, what the fuck is wrong with people in incest? It's
People
like,
are the worst.
I just don't get why people like it so much. Like, if you grew
Yeah.
up with like a sibling, you're gonna fucking hate your sibling. Like,
Exactly.
like the people who idolize this have obviously never had a sibling, or they're in
Mhm.
jail for having
Yeah.
a sibling. Like, I mean, that's maybe going a bit too far, but like,
Oh.
calm down, calm down. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
mm,
that's
don't fuck your sister.
yeah, that's good life rule to live by.
Like, God, it's I can't believe my little sister is this cute all over again,
Yeah, seriously.
all over
I,
again.
mm,
But that said, the little sister is a much more likable character than the little sister from that show, so it is
mhm.
a step up. We are getting better. And they are actively calling out how fucking awful this main character is, and like
Yeah.
how creepy he is. Like at the end of the episode, the little sister's like, I'm washing my own panties from now on. Like, and they're just like, I'm having none of this. But you
Yeah.
can tell she obviously likes him back, because in the first episode, when he says they're family, she's like, we're not, I don't see us as family, because she sees him as a love interest. Because
Yeah.
if we're family, we can't be. And he's like, no, we're family, so she's like, damn, we can't be because he sees us as family, but he's just this piece of shit that's like, I see her as family, and I want to fuck her. Like,
Ugh.
Japan. Damn it, Japan.
Oh, seriously. Wow.
Yeah, so that's a show. I mean, it is funny. I do get how the like romantic sibling thing,
Mhm.
comedy wise, can be ran right and be funny. I just
Yeah.
don't think it is in this case. They go way too hard on the making it perverted and creepy,
Hmm.
Like him talking about how much he loves to wash his sister's panties, that's creepy.
Yeah,
It's hard to
that's
say it's not.
mm, yeah, that's like you could make jokes like you can use that concept of the sibling stuff, but like that's just going too far. That's just
I think the
ugh.
biggest thing too is also the ages, the fact that she's a middle school student still. It's like
Yeah.
she's even by Japanese standards, she's underage, right? Like
Hmm. Yeah.
you can't even argue for that. Like for us, Japan has a lower like legal age, so
Hmm.
they can get away with a lot of stuff with younger, and it is a different culture, and that's why it happens.
Yeah.
But when you start going under the legal age in even Japan, it's like it starts getting more questionable. We don't want another Boku no Pico.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyways, we've been ranting a lot today, or at least I have, because fuck this
Yeah.
show and fuck Tokyo Pop. But
Yeah.
yeah, we should actually get into our shows.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to start us off this week?
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
So start off with Jing. Yeah,
yeah, sure.
yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, so this started the Adonis City of Time arc. That's all 2 episodes of it. And I don't know, this was the chapter when I reread this that I'm like, oh right, the stories here aren't actually all that good. I remembered like, right, this is the writing is actually just bad, but all the style is super awesome.
Mm,
Because I really love the city and whole like City of Time and everything they do with it. I think it's great. We start off with the weird like hot tub in the middle of a jungle scene that seems weird. Like
yeah.
it's like exists purely to just set up what the city is.
Yeah, the cold opens in this show are
Yeah.
something else. Like they're the most random things every single time. But
Yeah.
it always gives you a small glimpse of what you're getting into, but also like
Hmm.
it's just a bunch of random people. Why are
Yeah.
you in a random hot tub in the middle of nowhere near a city that you don't want to go near? It does.
Yeah.
It's
That's one of the things I really like about it though is like you get this cold open with weird characters that you're never going to see again, but they're always like super detailed. And this is where the books are way better to just read than the show, because there's like one dude that has like stuff covering his eyes, and on his forehead is just a tattoo for no left turns. It's like, what's up with that dude? I want to know that guy's story. And like they just put so much weird, strange details in like all the characters in the entire world.
yeah, it's
And
like
it's like, oh
all the background characters seem more
yeah,
interesting than the main character.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so they go from there to the city gates, which I want to say this is a problem I have with this episode is that like in the show it's important that the or like in the plot, even in the show too, in the books, it's important that the city has like no plant life around it, but they just put it in the middle of a forest, so that comes up later on, and because
Yeah.
so when they have the like, oh, here we eat these plants that we grow and they don't grow anywhere around the city because it's crazy here, but it's
Mhm.
like no, you're surrounded by the forest. That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
And like they don't even when you're just watching, there's no real visual
Mhm.
clues even once you're in the city that there's nothing growing there.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like
You just
you
gotta take their word for it.
but then you also have the gate guardian people who like pull
Yeah,
out vines, which is plant
yeah,
life, which is also questionable, and then they play
yeah,
jump rope. It's like
yeah. That was that was strange.
yeah.
Like we have to guard this gate, so we're gonna make people play jump rope.
Yeah. And then uh but yeah, no,
Ugh.
what you were talking about the style of it. I
Hmm.
absolutely love the design of this city. Like
Oh
every
yeah,
city shot was gorgeous.
yeah.
It was so cool from a stylistic standpoint. It reminded me a lot
Hmm.
of like uh Soul Eater, especially like the opening where it's going through the cities and it's all these weird twisted buildings at odd angles and stuff with like
Hmm.
weird lighting and shading. It was
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. This this whole series has that stuff like in spades throughout. It's super style. I love it so much. That's kind of it. Like for me, that outweighs all the bad parts of it so much. That's why I love it so much.
I
But,
am kind of scared that you mentioned that this is what showed you that the story's bad because I actually
mhm.
thought the story was getting better by this chapter.
Yeah, the story in this one is better than the past ones, but
Yeah.
it's still not going to be anything spectacular, I don't
Yeah.
think.
I think the
So,
big thing is the fact that they made it into 2 episodes, so the pacing
mhm.
of the story is better.
Yeah.
There's not as much stuff that just seems to come out as random besides those
Hmm.
plants, as you said, and the
Yeah.
crocodile.
Yeah.
But we'll get to crocodile.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah, and since you mentioned the pacing, I thought it was kind of funny that like even though they split this up into 2 episodes, they're still kind of rushing through it because the in the books the fight with the gate guards, like he has like an actual fight with them and a lot of stuff happens, but in this he just like got past them and that was kind of it. And so they like even with more time to devote to this story, they're still like, ah, we have to cut out some stuff and be weird about it. But it probably was for the best because those gate guards were not particularly interesting in a fight.
Yeah.
So
They have to make sure they're not tidy.
yeah,
They have to get it on time, get the story
hmm
out on time.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, he's in the town. He's like, I'm gonna steal the grapes of time,
hmm
and running around, and he finds a girl about to be executed by a giant swinging axe, which is extremely
yeah,
cliche. And she's just saying there like, you can't cut my bangs. They said not to cut my bangs. Why did they say
yeah,
not to cut her bangs? Where does that become important?
yeah. That was weird.
Is that a plot point, or is that
I
just
think
her being
it's
sniky?
I think it's just like a weird translation of snark because in the it's just like they could have worded it differently. It's like, oh, he told you to cut off my head, but he didn't tell you to cut my braids, so don't cut those.
Okay,
So I think it's supposed to come out like that, and
that
not
would make more sense.
yeah, and not some weird thing with hair that would be really weird. But yeah, the when I say I have to love the executioner here. He's like a weird guy on like a unicycle with a strange mask, and
Oh
just
yeah,
again the character art in this is great.
and then Kerr actually did shit because there was a girl. He like
Yeah,
suddenly shows off that he's got like moves and can cut through like metal.
yeah, he finally is useful.
Besides
Mm,
being a gun,
yeah, and
and yeah, we find out about the whole we can't like we're under all these strict rules when it's just like why be under rules? And then Sephiroth shows up.
yeah, this Master Gear. He looks like the most
Sephiroth.
generic anime villain ever.
He looks like a Sephiroth rip off. Like that's here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show a picture of him on this stream.
Okay. It's so dumb. And like when I looked at him, like, man, it looks like it's straight out of the books. It looks exactly the same,
Oh man,
and
I
it's
can't even
like,
find a picture of him. I searched it up as like Jaguar wrestlers and stuff. This
yeah, finding pictures for this is probably a little hard at this point because it's so old.
well,
Yeah,
finding like a specific side character. Oh no, here we go.
What?
I found face pictures of him and no full body.
Yeah. Oh, sure people get the idea. He
Yeah,
looks like a goofball.
good old Sephiroth knockoff. Um, yeah. So we find out there are other animals that can become guns.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a
It's just
fox thing.
yeah. Yeah, and she has the special power that she can like hear your heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's
So I mean, she ends up shooting her own people because she's like, "There's heartbeats there. Shoot!"
yeah.
Like, you'll
Hmm.
never get away. What if I just hide in a crowd? You're gonna kill everyone? Yes?
Yeah.
No? Like,
Yeah, this is another thing that they changed up from the books, and I thought was kind of weird. 'Cause I think it worked a lot better in the books. Because instead of like them chasing them around the city, they just stayed in like the little executioner area, and it was just like, oh, we can't see them because there's all this rubble and dust everywhere, so we can't see them. So we have to listen for them.
well,
And that's when they're like, dude,
he said like,
mm,
we're gonna let you go. Like, this is my mercy. I'm letting you live. But then just starts chasing him again a second
yeah,
later and doesn't. It's like, make up your fucking mind, Sephiroth. What's up with this shit?
yeah, and, and the whole like rooftop chase, just goofy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a weird like flying chariot thing.
Yeah, it's
I don't
like
know
some
what's up with
animal
that.
that can animal
Shoot.
thing.
Yeah, and it was like it just like shoots lightning sometimes. Like
See,
what?
was
Wait,
was
what?
that the crocodile?
I don't think so.
See, I didn't either, but it's like, where does the crocodile come into this unless if it was that?
Yeah, I
So,
I have no idea.
I want to assume it's the crocodile, which we're gonna get to, but
Hmm.
yeah, so the girl they saved, who somehow got away too, and he wasn't chasing her, even though she's supposed to be put to death, is like, we're in the sewers, let's go! And he
Yeah,
just, like, gives up. It's like, oh, I know they're in the sewers, but I won't chase them.
yeah. It's like I don't want to go in the sewers. It's dark down there.
Yeah, that's some dirty shit.
Yeah.
I gotta keep my white hair clean.
Hmm. And they
So,
meet up with the rebellion people or something. I forget
who are
exactly.
sleeping in coffins for some reason? That may or
Yeah,
may
for
not be
some
ghost dead people?
yeah they for some reason they keep the coffins in the sewers or something. Strange all around.
Yeah, it's not really explained. But they
Hmm.
keep plants in the sewers that they eat,
Yeah,
except all the plants shown, none of them are plants that would grow food.
yeah.
Which is, like,
It's yeah, in the books they just show them like eating leaves, so I guess there's that. Just salad all the time.
salad for life. But it's like,
Oh,
it's the smallest bush you would ever see. It's like, it could not feed the amount of people that were down there.
yeah,
It's like, what do people on the surface eat then? They
they eat
don't.
clocks.
Yeah, they clock parts.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got the time for that. Because no one
Mm.
has time. So, what's his name starts ranting to Jing about, like, we gotta fight the good fight. And Jing's just like, so then why don't you? Like, just do it
Yeah.
if that's what you want. He's like, you're right. Why was I ranting to you? It's like, that's a good point. Why were you? Like, I guess
Yeah.
we need it. It was, like, very obviously just to tell the audience what was going on. They
Hmm.
just, like, very blatantly had to tell you. And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
because you didn't show any of this, you just have to say it.
Hmm.
And then the crocodile appears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was kind of bummed out that in the subtitles for this they just called it crocodile with an R because in the books it's actually crocodile because that's a fun pun
That
because
would have
he's
been
a
so much
crocodile
better.
with clocks on his back. Yeah. I guess they didn't want to make it like a weird racist accent thing or make people think it might be.
I guess, but like still,
Hmm.
crocodile's so much better.
It is.
Cause it's a
So
crocodile with clocks all over it, and then he's
yeah,
like, haha, I'm too strong. Your blasts of magic don't hurt me, but they do if you hit my back for some reason.
yeah. Apparently clocks are his weak spot. I guess. So
And
this when I read this the first time, I remember thinking like, "Oh, this is gonna be like a cool villain he's gonna fight with," and I was like, "No, he just beats him in one go."
yeah,
So it's,
it was so random and like pointless. There's
yeah,
no, it was just like kind of filler. There was no point for a crocodile to be there, except for the
hmm,
pun, which we don't even get.
yeah. It's like the creator of this just had a sketchbook full of really cool characters. And like, well, we just got to put all of these in, I guess.
Just keep throwing them
Just
at them.
yeah,
Someone will
just
make like dojins and fanfics of one of them.
yeah.
Get his
It's like,
popularity. I'm
mhm.
honestly surprised with how it's going that it lasted so long.
Hmm.
Like this was a Shonen Jump series, right? Or what was this
Maybe
manga series?
I don't think it was in Shonen Jump. I think it was just manga.
I'm trying to
I
find. Oh God, Tokyo Pop released this.
oh yeah, they did.
7 volumes.
Hmm. I have all
What's
7 volumes.
Okay, it was
That's pretty
serialized in
nice.
Comic Bon. Okay, I thought it would be in a
Okay.
Shonen Jump one because it really seemed
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Bon looks like it has a lot of. Actually, this is
Hmm?
like mainly mecha. They do like all the Gundam series and stuff. I guess they were trying to
Oh.
branch out into more shonen when this came out.
Yeah.
They
Huh.
put out a volume of Monsters Inc. manga apparently, and the other
Oh.
one's
Oh.
Stitch.
My
It's probably
favorite
not
anime.
manga. It's probably just comics. But I guess they
Yeah.
released that. They also did a bunch of the Rockman stuff.
Hmm.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to branch out into
Yeah.
more shonen stuff. Oh, they did a Metroid one. Yeah, because most of it
Huh.
looks like sci-fi. Oh, they
Huh.
did Rave, Pluno Inu Nikki,
Hmm.
which was Fairy Tale, right?
Oh yeah.
Rave Master or whatever. This was like a mini.
Hmm.
spin-off, I guess, of Rave Master. That's kind of cool. And
Oh,
so yeah, I
cool.
guess they did kind of start branching out. It looks like it hasn't serialized anything in a long time, but
Okay.
that's
Huh.
interesting. Yeah, so
Yeah.
well,
So yeah, this
they
was
tried.
yeah.
And I mean, it's
Uh.
still okay-ish, mainly because
Mhm.
of visuals. They like
Yeah.
show Sephiroth in his big like castle thing in it. Oh, the stained glass imagery
Oh yeah.
was so good.
Yeah. So good. But yeah. Well, I think this was a better episode than the first two overall. Definitely.
Yes, the first one's maybe I don't know. The first one had some really nice animation in it, which these
Hmm.
other two haven't. Like they had that one scene with really clean animation. These two haven't really. This
Hmm.
episode does kind of make up for a bit with the really nicely stylized backdrops everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's like from a visual standpoint, I guess this is my favorite. Technical
Hmm.
standpoint, I think the first episode I'd say is probably better, just from
Yeah.
like technical perspective, but the plot definitely has gotten better by this episode, and I'm
Mhm.
generally somewhat looking forward to next episode and seeing what happens,
That's good. Yeah.
because those other episodes I would not have been.
Yeah. This. Yeah. Hopefully, it'll just keep getting better from here. Hopefully. I
Hopefully. I
I
mean,
don't really remember. I haven't read more from beyond this part, so I don't remember what comes up. But hopefully, it's getting better.
well, there's only 10 more episodes, so it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Uh, we'll probably have to watch the last two episodes at the same time because Clockwork Planet only has 12 episodes, so we can end them on the same
Uh.
episode.
Okay. That makes sense. We'll do that.
Or
Yeah.
if it's between seasons and the next episode hasn't started yet, we could do one with just
Hmm.
that episode and then talking about what our next shows
Oh
will
yeah.
be.
Yeah, we could do
Well,
that.
we can
Yeah.
figure out once we get there, depending on how
Yeah.
it's going.
Yeah. We've got some time to figure that out.
But yeah, so that's it for this episode of King Jing.
Hmm. And up
The
next, Clockwork Planet.
Yeah, Clockwork Planet. So I was in the manga section again of the store.
Hmm.
This show score is so bad. Oh goodness, it's 6.31 by 6,000 users so far.
Oh boy.
What was King Jing's? He got a
Uh.
7.33 by the end with 10,000
Oh.
users. So
Oh.
like a small
This.
cult classic. It
Hmm.
wasn't around when this site was, so most people who
Yeah.
watched it probably like read the manga. It's like a nostalgia thing. But
Hmm.
yeah, so I did look at the first volume of the manga, just flipped through to see where it was.
Hmm.
The end of the first volume is about halfway through episode 2, when she
Oh
makes
wow.
that phone call. So they're actually pushing this at a really fast pace right now.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were going slow for the first arc. They're pushing it, like,
Yeah. Wow.
really fast, which is surprising. I don't know how the rest of the pacing is going to go because of this.
Hmm.
Uh, 1 second. Can you?
Yeah. Sure. I was just thinking for Jing, the we're on like the third episode of Jing, and that's I think it's the end of the first volume, and it's like going to go into the start of the second one with the second half of this arc. So it's like not quite similar pacing, but this is sounds like Clockwork Planet is kind of booking. I don't know how many volumes there are total in that one.
Uh,
I'll try and find that right now.
okay,
Clockwork
sorry.
Planet says
I'm
it's
back. Someone was at my
yeah.
door.
Oh, okay.
So I
Do you
had to
know?
disappear.
Do you know how many volumes of Clockwork Planet exist at the moment?
I do not. I can probably
Okay.
find out.
Yeah, because tried to look up on my anime list, and of course they don't show that because they're dumb. So, because I was just wondering if they're pretty far along, pretty early in the show. I wonder like how
Well,
much.
it's also based off light novels, which there are four
Oh,
volumes of the light novel. The manga has
okay,
5 volumes currently.
okay.
So I think they might be trying to do like all four light novel volumes maybe.
Hmm.
And the
Okay.
manga is probably a slower pace than that just because there's obviously you can get more out in
Yeah.
a light novel per book.
Okay. I wonder if
So
maybe the pacing makes more sense in terms of the light novels. Then that would. Okay.
possibly,
Yeah.
but I do have some so questions about the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
which I'll bring up. But so we start off. They have their little speech. They're like talking to each other with the
Yeah.
whole I'm gonna like let's just kill him, take Ryuzu, and she's like, nah, fuck this. And
Mm-hmm.
so those blades coming out of the bottom of the dress still are really awkward to me, but I
Yeah.
can't tell if it's because of the design or because of the way the characters are animated, right? Because
Yeah.
they still look really awkward.
Yeah. I think it's probably a bit of both. Is
Possibly.
the design is kind of ridiculous, and also the animation quality of the show just doesn't seem great.
Yeah. And then Ryuzu's just like shit talking everyone this whole time and it's great.
Yeah.
She's like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
humans
She
are all
is.
shit.
Yeah. She is definitely the best part of this show, I
Yeah,
think.
she's entertaining. I do like the other android guy.
Yeah. He's
And
pretty good.
Mary's not bad, but fuck Naoto.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god, how many
Naoto's the
times
worst.
did I say fuck Naoto in my notes here? Uh, God, I hate Naoto 1. God, I hate Naoto 2. Let's see here. Get shit on Naoto, that's 3. Uh,
There's a lot
is
to
there
hate from
more?
him.
Fuck Naoto, there's 4.
Hmm.
4 in my notes for this episode alone so far.
Yeah. I keep pretty simple notes, and the first thing I said is, "Man, Naoto still sucks."
Yeah.
I think that's my first note for every episode of Clockwork Planet. Is Naoto's the worst?
I'm really confused about how his power works now because they're like you can tell that with the noise canceling headphones on, like you're using that, or is it when he has
Yeah.
it off he can hear more? Like they aren't explaining which one it is, because
Yeah.
if he can hear what he can with them on and can hear people
Hmm.
talking with them off, he's gonna hear every little heartbeat of
Yeah.
everyone around, and that would drive you mad. Like
Yeah. It's like he needs to wear those because otherwise, if he takes them off, everything's just going to be too loud, and he'll just be deaf. Like,
yeah, but I mean, it would also make sense to take them off to use the power instead of like put them on.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's like, we're gonna go to the tower because he has a robot fetish and she has a little sister there, the one who annihilates.
Yeah.
Mm. This
Hmm.
ain't gonna be one of those romantic sibling
No,
comedies.
definitely not.
She will fuck him up if he tries that, I think. Hopefully.
Yeah.
God
Hopefully.
damn you, Naoto. Um. So yeah, they head off. They're driving. That cut through the car to split the bullet is actually really cool. It was so cheesy and bad, but it's like
Yeah.
it was like animated well. You can just see them all like, what the fuck as it goes. It's like
Yeah.
clean cut.
My notes just say that's not how cars work. You
Yeah,
couldn't do
it's like-
that. It's like of all the ways to avoid the thing they shot at you, that's maybe the most complicated.
It's like you would have cut the engine in half. It would just blow up immediately because all the
Yeah.
oil would like break out into
Yeah.
like the battery. Jesus
It's like-
Christ.
It's like everything would just catch fire. We would all be dead. You did not think this plan through.
Well, she wouldn't. She's not a
Yeah.
piece of shit human, and I guess the
Yeah.
bodyguard wouldn't either. They'd be like, "Ha, get wrecked."
Hmm.
Oh wait, no, I missed the part. They went into the basement and fought people.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, and
Was
then she like pretends to be dead. This is when they're going to the
Pretends to be dead?
parking lot to grab the car.
Oh, okay.
They fight all the people, and he's like, I can tell where they all are, but he still gets surprised by one coming out of the roof above him
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's that trash. And Mary shows off; she can fuck shit up.
Mhm.
She's not some weakling. And then yeah, they fake her death to the other guy, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
holy shit! If anyone finds I killed anyone, they're like, haha, I got recorded.
Mhm.
Get fucked. And yeah, so that's gonna come up for sure. He's gonna get his due, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah, from there, then they go into the car. I kind of skipped a bit there.
Hmm.
I do still question heavily how he didn't hear that stupid thing behind him. And then
Yeah.
everything he says this episode makes me angry. Because, like, at first he's, like, kind of shy about her, but now he's just like, she's mine. I fucking, rub that robot on me. You gotta tell me you love me, piece of shit. Like, we're gonna get married. It's like, I hate him so much. Stupid little
It's the
kid.
worst.
Entitled man-child. This
Mm.
is the problem with our youth.
Yeah. Ugh.
Fucking entitlement out the wazoo. So they
Mm.
get to the bridge like it's the defense force. We'll never get through.
Yeah.
So Ryuzu's
Luckily.
like, she actually reveals something important here. She mentions that
Hmm.
she's the weakest of her sisters.
Yeah.
So if however many are built, she was built first. She is the weakest,
Hmm.
and that's questionable because
Yeah.
so
She seems better than anything anyone else has.
yeah, she's a magical girl, so it doesn't fucking
Yeah.
matter. She full on transforms.
Yeah.
She like goes full like the design looks a lot like the wedding saber for like the Fate Stay Night one.
Hmm.
You know the like the wedding dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
So-
looked a lot like that.
yeah, it did. I hadn't thought about the comparison, but yeah, you're right. It does.
Yeah, and then yeah, she goes into imaginary time and fucks shit up.
Yeah.
I was actually curious about imaginary time because they're mentioning throughout the episode like studies and stuff. I'm like, are they just
Mhm.
making this shit up, bullshitting it like so much science fiction does? Looked it
Yeah.
up. It's an actual concept. Like it's an
Oh.
actual thing.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. So there's a Wikipedia page. It's not very long, but it is a concept derived from special relativity and quantum mechanics and is mathematically convenient in connecting quantum mechanics with statistical mechanics. Uh,
Okay.
it's
Huh.
if regular time is a horizontal line running between past and future, and the other, then imaginary time would run perpendicular. Because time's a
Okay.
concept we just made up, right? So
Yeah.
it's like our concept of time, it would just be like a different plane of conception for it and like
Okay.
working in that other plane of conception. So it would be going crosswise, so it'd be in like our second, but it'd be going like the length. This is how I understand. I'm probably explaining this horribly wrong. I probably
Hmm.
don't get it. I think I
Yeah.
like this is how I kind of read and understood as. I could be horribly wrong. I don't know anything about physics. But it's like as it's going the other way, you can go 3 hours the other way, however much the other way
Hmm.
across. But because it's going perpendicular, you're still in the 1 second of our concept, our regular time.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
then when you come back to regular time and start going progressing through our like regular time instead of imaginary time again,
Hmm.
then you're like being conceived again.
Okay. Yeah,
That's how I
I figured
understood
they
it.
just made it up.
I
Okay.
I'm probably understanding that horribly wrong. If anyone understands physics and stuff, please
Well,
come
I
on
think
the come on the show and tell us.
Yeah.
Come give us a physics lesson because I'm
Yeah.
an idiot. I shouldn't be trying to explain this. I know nothing about this.
Yeah. I think you got it right. I'm not an expert in physics at all, but I think you got it right. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. That's just what
Uh,
the basis description I saw, kind of. Anyways, so, anyways,
Yep.
she destroys it all and like runs out of power. It's
Mhm.
like her gears are out of power. It's like, okay, so do you need a battery? Like what? She's a wind up. You wind her
Yeah.
up. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Goddamn little wind up robots. Mm, I love Ryuzu so much. Just fuck Naoto. Why Naoto?
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we get this awkward. We've kind of skipped through this whole episode. Not much happened this episode. There's a bunch of action
Yeah.
scenes. There's a lot
Yeah.
of action scenes, a few speaking scenes, and then we get this filler scene at the end. Where I guess
Mhm.
they wanted the big showdown to be like a full episode, so they're like, okay, well, we can't start it right now and put the timing word, so we're gonna do this filler where he like awkwardly makes Yuzu tell him she loves
Oh.
him.
Yeah. That
It-
was.
It felt
Mm.
so creepy the way he went about that. Like I was so
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I'm like, God, fuck Naoto.
So- Yeah. This was. Ugh. I didn't like that scene at all.
Yeah, all the other characters didn't either. They're like, ugh.
Yeah. I'm like, what is this kid doing?
Like there was no point for any of that. He's just like, wait, we're gonna get married. It's like we can't.
It's like,
And it's like,
Oh.
well, nod if you love me. Now keep nodding the more you love me. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. The one line from him that I did like was when I saw you like transform like that. How could I not fall in love at first sight? And it's like
But yeah,
She
that's
was really pretty
yeah.
in that outfit. I mean, he was
Hmm.
obviously I had a hard on for her to begin with his weird robo
Yeah.
fetish, which I
Hmm.
shouldn't say is weird because I kind of share it. But I'm not a creepy guy like Naoto. I'm not like
Yeah.
she's my servant now. I'm gonna blah blah blah. I'm kind of on the other side. Whoops. But if someone acted like that with me, I'd just be like, nah, fuck you. But I do
Mhm.
really like that Ryuzu does kind of, in this point, say, like, I'm not doing it just because I'm bound to him. I actually like him. Like,
Mhm.
the fuck. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
just that
That.
fucked up that I'm gonna do this for anyone. It's only people I
Mhm.
like. It's like, bless you, Ryuzu. You
Mhm.
have that autonomy. That's nice. And
Yeah.
it's like,
That was like the one redeeming part of this scene. It's
yeah.
like, okay, well, at least she's okay.
Yeah, but she needs to get better taste in men. Let's be real. Or maybe
Yeah,
just drop
seriously.
the men.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
that
okay,
scene. And
I have a question.
that was like a 7-minute scene or something. Like it was long.
Yeah,
It took up
that was a
so much
long
of the
part.
episode.
Yeah.
It felt so fillery. It was really
Yeah.
awkward. It was really funny though. My favorite thing when he gets her to start nodding and she just keeps doing it. It's just
Hmm.
like head banging, head banger. I was like, where's that Baby Male song, Headbanger? Let's put this on.
Yeah, serious.
But I also
So,
have note right before that. Fucking get on with the plot already.
yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I have a question about this show because
Okay.
I've like accidentally watched all episodes of this when I'm like super tired, so I might just be missing something. But why is the military government whatever letting the Kyoto grid get purged? Because like
They couldn't
uh,
fix it, and then they just decided to purge it, and they're like, I don't know
eh,
why they didn't say, hey, these people can
yeah,
fix it. They're like, we're still gonna purge it anyways with these other people from.
uh-huh.
It's not really being explained, I think. I think there's something
Okay.
more going on, and it might get, like, explained more, or they were like, because they didn't expect it. Oh no, they were sabotaging it right from the get-go. Yeah, I have no fucking idea why they're
Yeah.
purging it in the first place.
Okay.
Mm,
I wasn't sure if I had missed something because it's like this
Maybe
doesn't make any
because
sense.
maybe this is just a theory, but you know how they're like, how the fuck did you lose like the 2 units, the Y series
Hmm.
units that dropped? They dropped
Yeah.
in Kyoto, I think.
Okay.
Maybe they're trying to purge it to get rid of them, so that
Okay.
because they know how strong they are or something, and they'd also be purging the one in the tower, so they could
Hmm.
be like, they won't be a problem for the military now.
Okay.
But
That would make sense, kind
if
of.
if that's what's
I
actually
mean,
happening, I have no
yeah.
idea. So we'll have to
Hopefully
find out.
we'll find out.
Yeah, here's
So,
hoping,
yeah.
because
Mm.
yeah,
So
they didn't explain it very well. So
yeah. So how are you feeling about this show overall so far?
uh, overall, I'm still interested to know where the plot's going. I think
Hmm.
it has a decent plot, much better than Jing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questionable parts, so literally anything with Naoto makes me like angry. I hate that
Hmm.
character so much.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's okay. It's not
Yeah.
completely awful. I
Th-
mean,
I I think I'm on about the same wavelength as you with this because like there's some okay parts, but a lot of it's kind of bad. But it's not too bad. But it
it's
seems like very middle of the road.
yeah, it's really middle of the road. But they have Ryuzu, who is so good as a character. Everything else is like
Yeah.
middle of the road. But then for that one character, it's like this is really good character,
Yeah.
and the
Ryuzu's
like
great.
design, the personality, like it's unique.
Hmm.
You don't see that kind of personality a lot in shows when it's like, oh, I'm the slave thing. They don't insult the other person. They don't act like stuck up at the same time. And I don't go,
Yeah.
well, no, fuck you. I'm not getting married to you. I still have my own, like, I'm not just like this piece of shit that's gonna do everything you want. Like, most when they get obsessed with do. It's like,
Hmm.
so I do
Yeah.
think it's an interesting character. I think Mary's a somewhat interesting character. She's played very heavily on the stereotypes. She kept getting
Hmm.
angry that she got out argued this episode when she didn't even argue and it made no sense. He was just like,
Yeah.
well, does any of that shit matter? Let's just go. Like, I don't give a shit. She's like, I gotta argue. It's like, no, you just decide, okay, yeah, let's just fucking do it. It's different. I kind of question the way her character is written at times because of that, but
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
want to know the like backstory of the politics between her family and this other family, the Vacherons or whatever. They're like
Hmm.
helping to
Yeah,
cause the purge. So like there is interesting plot points that do
yeah.
keep me here at least. And although the animation's really wonky and weird, it's not that bad.
Hmm.
Um, Character designs are cool. Some of the layout and world and like the helicopters with like the clock gear wheels, like some of the designs are cool. The robots, the generic ones, not so much, but
Yeah,
they
those
might
are
have
super
some
boring.
they might have some really cool ones in the future.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be a lot more cute robot girls because she mentioned sisters, and we're going to see one,
Hmm.
so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so
uh,
yeah,
not,
I'm still pretty on board with this show. Like, I would still
yeah.
watch this on my own, not for this, is what I'm saying. If we
Hmm.
were going to talk about Jing, I probably would not watch that on my own.
Yeah.
It's,
Honestly, if I hadn't read the books, I wouldn't watching at all.
yeah.
It's not a great show, but yeah, it's like
Yeah.
mostly a nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah, I am enjoying like like the outlines and stuff, and it's
Hmm.
different when you get to talk about it. But yeah, it's not one I just sit at home and binge or like watch a bunch of episodes on my own all the time.
Yeah. It's just as a show, it's pretty mediocre. It's not
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
it's unfortunately not the greatest, but
Yeah. Oh
I
well.
mean it's good enough to still watch, I guess. Like
Hmm.
if you need a filler show to put on and not have to pay too much attention to, and just like pretend it like tune out, be dumb about. It's a
Hmm.
good one. I actually kind of want to check the dub to see if they say crocodile.
Oh yeah. Should do that. I keep thinking whenever I watch an episode, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna rewatch this in like a day or two with the dubs on, to see like if the voices are any good or not, and I always forget. So maybe I'll actually do that this time.
I'm gonna right now go and find that. People are gonna
Okay.
hear it. It's gonna be fine.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Is
King Jing. There's also a movie, so I don't know
oh
if maybe we'll watch the movie at the end at some point.
yeah.
Seventh
Is
Heaven Jingle. Oh no, Jingle's a
oh
different
yeah.
show. Okay, it's
Oh
Jing King Abandoned Seventh Heaven.
oh oh yeah. I'm looking at it on
They get locked in a closet together.
yeah, I'm looking at the My Anime List page for that now, and this is kind of a bummer because Seventh Heaven, this thing, is like the best arc of the entire series. I
It
think.
might be good that it's put into a movie
Yeah,
series then.
it's like a 3 episode OVA thing. So it's like it's kind of a bummer that the best part is there, but it's probably actually for the best. Yeah,
Okay,
you're right.
let's see this.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Hmm.
No, I think they just said crocodile. It's hard to hear.
Oh, wow, that's unfortunate.
I'm
Oh
just
well.
gonna check again.
Mm.
Yeah, it's crocodile. Damn,
Oh, dang.
that's unfortunate.
Mm.
So hopefully those sound bits don't get us all screwed up. Get us like sued.
That should be okay.
It should be okay, hopefully. And no need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just search up a video. Hey, crocodile, Jing Dub, episode 3.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, so those are the shows we're watching for.
yeah.
So that was them for this week. What did you watch anything else this week? I think you were telling me about something.
Uh, yeah. So I watched a little bit of extra stuff this week. I'm actually keeping up week to week with Soccer Request, which is it's really good. I think I've mentioned it the past 2 weeks.
I
It's
can
like really good and cute.
I can go to your history. I feel weird doing that.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
going to
fine. Yeah.
list to watching list.
Yeah. So yeah, Soccer Quest is like it's good and fun and cute. It's a nice show. I
And
don't really have any specific notes about it.
yeah,
Then
I really need to get to it.
yeah, it's good. I think you would like it. It's fun.
Yeah,
Then
it sounds like something I'd like. I just haven't gone to checking out more shows. The one I did ended up being very
oh yeah.
dubious in nature.
Yeah. And then the other thing I'm keeping up with is Recreators, which I think I mentioned last week, is the show where like the anime characters are being brought into the real world, and that's really good too. I think I like Sakura Quest more, but they're like hard to compare, I guess. I
Like,
do want to say Recreators had a cool scene in it. It's like give you an idea of what that show is really like. There's like a magical girl character gets brought into the real world, and she gets in a fight with someone and is like shooting magic all over the place and causing all these explosions. And then they like stop, and she looks around and goes, "Oh no, what have I done?" Because like there's buildings are ruined and there's all this
because
destruction all
in
over
the
the place.
magical
Yeah,
girls
because
universe, none of that actually happens. You just shoot the
yeah,
laser and it's okay. That's actually
yeah.
pretty cool.
So it was like a really cool moment where she stopped, like, "Oh no, like this." I was like, you could tell that she was really conflicted. So that like kind of gives me hope that this show could do some cool stuff.
I'm putting that on my plan to watch.
Hmm.
There's 22 episodes announced.
Oh wow.
That's pretty. They probably have a
Okay.
long-term, interesting plot for it. I would think.
Yeah. Okay.
The promotional videos are not available in my country to show. Okay.
Oh.
Um, but yeah, so they
So
have a buy
and
from Amazon.com or Right Stuff. That's something I like so much
mhm.
about my anime list that they've integrated. Is they actually have like the places you can go to like buy the
Oh
stuff and that.
yeah.
Right Stuff, of course, doesn't have it because it's not out yet. But I guess
Hmm.
it's licensed by. Oh, it's Aniplex. Yeah, Aniplex always goes through Right Stuff.
Oh okay.
But yeah,
That's
so
cool.
yeah, no, that show sounds pretty cool. It would have been cool if they
Yeah.
used like actual anime characters from other anime, but
Yeah.
that would be almost
Yeah. That would be like a licensing nightmare.
yeah, like oh god, like it's all a
Yeah.
licensing nightmare when they have those games that do that, but
Hmm.
like even just the ones where it's like everything's from Shonen Jump, there's still.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I think it probably is to the show's advantage that it uses all made up characters because they've actually done a really good job of making like all these very varied cast,
mhm.
and so that's pretty good. And
Yeah.
there was one other thing I wanted to mention this week is I watched the first couple episode of Frame Arms Girls,
Oh
which
yeah.
is yeah, which I'm not feeling that at all.
Mm,
I'm actually gonna drop it. I think I'm putting it on
okay.
hold at least because it was like it like has some interesting bits to it of like oh these little like robot girls that are model kits like Gunpla,
I've
and that's
seen the
kind of
model
cool.
kits and I really want them, but
Yeah, and so I don't know. It's like it's super pervy is the problem with it. I think
okay.
it's
Yeah.
yeah. It's
No,
like I
don't
don't
do
know.
that.
I think you might want to check it out because it's like two robot girls slice of life stuff. So maybe
I
you would
might
like it
have
more.
to.
But
Yeah.
it's I think it's still not a super great show anyway.
It scored lower than Clockwork Planet right now. It's 6.06 for its average
Yeah.
score.
Ugh, that's
Not
it's
doing
not
so
very
well.
promising. Yeah.
I do think
So.
I'll check it out though, just because I've seen them all kits and I kind of want them, but they're
Mhm.
expensive, so I never have bought one. But
Okay.
yeah, I've been seeing them all kits forever. I'm like, oh, that's cute, I want it, but I
Yeah,
never
the
got it.
character designs are all great and super cute, but yeah,
Yeah.
and the CG in the show just also looks bad.
Oh yeah, this week I did
Yeah.
also finish Akiba's Trip.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
the first two episodes were kind of really plot heavy, and then the last three, but all the middle's kind of the filler episodes. The
Hmm.
the plot was interesting. It was so over the top and wild, like you just have to tune your brain out. I do
Yeah.
wish they had continued plot the whole time and not gone to those filler. Even though the filler episodes were good, they would have been
Hmm.
better as like an OVA side stuff released
Yeah.
later and not as like main.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, because I get they're trying to like mimic the like way they have the levels in the game or whatever, and like the
Hmm.
bosses, but it felt a lot like they almost forgot about plot at points, and it was just kind of tedious to go through. It's like, okay, this is the villain of the week, here's the gimmick of the week, and it's like, just go on to the plot. I want to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The last couple episodes were so absurd and stupid, but it was
Hmm.
funny at the same time because they're like, the professor makes like a thing to power them up and even says it herself. It's like this is the ultimate Deus Ex Machina like weapon I made or whatever that she made like a
Yeah.
last minute without Like, there's no real, like, hint that she's making it, but she's just like, the ultimate Deus Ex Machina. It's like the whole episode is a Deus Ex Machina. So it was pretty funny, but
Hmm.
unfortunately, I still only gave it 6 out of 10. It could have been a
Okay.
lot better.
Yeah.
The animation suffered a lot later on in the series. The first 2 episodes, the animation was super good and
Hmm.
really like part of what got me in there. But then with the filler episodes, it wasn't as good, and then it kind of came back at the end, but it's just kind of too late, you know. There's other
Hmm.
shows that have done that, and I never really like it when they go filler all the way through. Bakato Tasto Shukanju did that. I felt
Hmm.
like it was in a better place since it didn't really have plot in the first place. It was kind of slice of lifey already, so it wasn't as bad to do that compared to a
Hmm.
show like this. But I still
Yeah.
just, if you want to do a plot driven show, you have to do plot the whole way. You can't
Oh
just
yeah.
drop in, come back, I find. Maybe for like an episode here or there, but you can't do it for like a good half year season.
Yeah. You can't like bookend the season with plot at either end. That doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Like you said, they did.
But
Huh. Yeah, I've always been kind of curious about the Akiba's trip stuff because it looks like just goofy fun. But
yeah, I mean, it was really goofy fun. You just turn your brain
Mhm.
off while you watch it, and it is enjoyable, but
Yeah. But
just
ultimately,
because the way
yeah.
that baits you with this nice animation and plot then kind of doesn't deliver for a while, it kind of ruins it. The games I've heard great things about, I still need to play that. I'm sure the game will be better, right? Like,
Mhm.
it's the original, it's not an adaptation like this. You can do stuff at your own pace. There's a
Yeah.
lot more depth, so, yeah, it was okay.
That's all right.
And then the last thing we have to talk about, I wanted to mention to you and kind of show
Mhm.
off a site, My Anime List Plus. So this site's really goofy. I enjoy it.
Mhm.
It has a bunch of stuff like ratings, history, favorites. You can see
Yeah.
all stuff like I can go and see in 2015. I finished 17 anime when I first made my account or whatever, and like stuff like that. See how many? I only finished one in January this year, which is really low for me. I've actually not finished more than like four for a few months.
Mhm.
I haven't watched nearly as much lately since because of work, but for a while I was like watching like 19, 20 a month
Oh
at
wow.
some points, all around like 10 plus.
Mhm.
But yeah, uh, you can also see like episode count. How many did you watch yesterday? Oh, I watched 7 episodes yesterday. Watched two the day before. Didn't watch any for a week. Like stuff like that. And then there's
Yeah.
like favorites. I can see like, oh, my favorite genre, magic. Probably because of magical girls. Then
Mhm.
supernatural, sci-fi, slice of life in that order. And then like favorite studios, Trigger, comes
Mhm.
up as first, and Seven Arcs, then Shaft and Kyoto. So it like has a bunch of different statistics which are really interesting. So I can be like, oh, I've never
Yeah.
heard of Seven Arcs. That's my second favorite. Let's check it out. Okay, that didn't work the way I thought I was going to. Oh, yeah, it has Dog Days, Nanoha, and here I can go to the studio. See what's here. They
Hmm.
did like Sekirei, Asira Crying. Maybe I'll check that show out. Stuff like that. Like, it's an easy way to find new shows. There's even a
Yeah.
recommendations page. But the best part is the achievements.
Yeah.
Because it has all these achievements. You can see what you have, what stuff you like. I thought it'd be fun to see your achievements.
Okay.
I've seen mine, so. Well. Let me just real fast. Oh no, what did I do?
Oh no, you broke it.
No, I need to go copy your username so I can throw it into this. Uh,
Oh yeah.
I actually put you in already for the updates. So we wouldn't have to wait like a couple minutes for this. So
Mhm.
your achievements for anime, you have Gar level 1. Watching those manly shows is, I don't know why Black Lagoon and like Cowboy Bebop are in there. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
Black Lagoon a bit, but like 91 Days isn't really super manly. It's more like,
Mhm.
I guess there's a lot of male characters, but like that and Cowboy
Yeah.
Bebop. But they have stuff like Golgo 13,
Oh
Space
yeah.
Dandy, Red Line, and
Mm.
First Step. For you don't have a lot of achievements, but you do have the
No.
one for too much fan service. The
Oh
the
yeah.
the I only watch anime for the plot. In
Hmm.
quotation marks, plot.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Plot.
about this achievement. All your High School of the Dead stuff. It's actually
Hmm.
mainly because of Queensblade, I think. There's a bunch of
Oh
Queensblade
yeah.
stuff here.
Oh man,
Like
Queensblade. That
four
oh,
of your 18 entries. What is Queensblade? I'm curious.
it's Queensblade
Oh
is
God,
like
what have I got into?
yeah. So if you can get past the fan service parts, there's actually some cool plot, but it's super fan servicey.
So it's like Kill la Kill.
It's like that times about 10.
Oh
It's
jeez.
yeah. Like the first season is actually legitimately pretty good, but after that it goes so downhill with the sequels and all the side stuff. It
my
gets really
my
bad. Like I at one point I was like, I'm gonna watch all of this, and then I watched the first season. And was like, oh yeah, it's good, and then everything after that was just progressively worse. But it's like the core idea of it is cool. Of like they need to find a new queen for the land, so every little section of it send a warrior to go fight in the tournament. And like
Mhm.
that's a cool idea. But then like it's just all so fan service focused. Eventually, it's ridiculous and
The
bad and
suffering.
gross.
The suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then manga, you got Yuri and Shoujo level 1, and I peek a little for a bit of pervertedness.
Mm,
Probably because some of the Yuri and Shoujo ends up there.
yeah.
But yeah, don't worry, it's not bad. I have like,
Mhm.
I think level 3 of that or something. Yeah, I'm level 3 Yuri Shoujo.
Oh, nice.
Browser crashed. What?
No.
Oh, okay, for Necro's browser crash. I already mined it
Oh,
on stream.
okay. Yeah.
I also have IP Little, but I also have romance because I've seen enough Yuri that it starts. Because there's a lot of Yuri that isn't tagged romance for some reason, but if you watch enough,
Oh,
it does end up in there.
okay.
And then I got a Magical Girl one. For only reading 3 Magical Girl or
Huh.
mangas, but it's just there's so fewer in the manga section. It's harder to find, I guess,
Yeah.
or finish
Hmm.
because most of them aren't finished being translated. So like pretty much no one else would have that.
Mhm.
However, their stuff is done. I'm never sure. But yeah,
Okay.
it's really cool. You can like look at what shows are here, like Growing Suspicious, the mystery one. There's like I question some of the shows here. Dot Hack Sign I can kind of see. Bakano I can
Mhm.
kind of see. Bakemonogatari, I don't know about that. But then they have like Bungo
Mm.
Stray Dogs, which isn't really mystery. They have the
Hmm.
Cowboy Bebop movie. I guess that's kind of Death Note's kind of. DR is kind of. Gakko Garashi isn't really. Hamatora isn't really.
Hmm.
Mushishi isn't really, but they end up here, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah. I'm guessing this stuff is all
Why is
just pulled.
Taboo Tattoo a mystery? Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
pulls from the tags of most of it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think the tagging on my anime list is like really weird sometimes.
Yeah, Taboo Tattoo has the mystery tag.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, because as stuff comes out, it actually will change your level because of the way the uh what's it called? The
Mm.
way the formula works until it hits
Oh
like
yeah.
its max point. I used to be level 3 slice of life, now I'm only level 2 again and like not even close
Oh.
to level 3 and it's so depressing. I'm like, no,
No.
I gotta watch more slice of life. But like before all I had was like slice of life. I think I had the magical girl one and I think that was it. And then suddenly I had like shorts for like short films because that's a new one. And then like space I got because they're like,
Mhm.
oh, all these Mecha Gundam shows that are in space are space too, not just Mecha. But
Yeah.
yeah, you can go to their about page and check out their list of achievements. There's some funny
Oh. Okay.
ones. They have
Yeah.
like dementia, gar, historical, horror, magical girl, mecha, music,
Hmm.
mystery, romance, slice of life, space, sports. One for watching Boku no Pico. I do not have that, although I have actually seen a decent amount because of a friend. I never finished it,
Hmm.
so. And its little tag is watch Boku no Pico. This is what you get when you follow A's recommendations.
Hmm.
They have one for watching 15 plus Studio Ghibli series.
Oh. Yeah.
One for finishing 25 plus old anime, finished in 1980 at most,
Oh.
which is
That's
like
that's
pretty old.
old.
I have a
Yeah.
few because of Gundam series, but like not
Hmm.
that much. Like most are
Yeah.
like really early 90s kind of where the older
Yeah.
stuff I watch. There's like classics for anime classics finished between 1981 and 2000.
Hmm.
Stuff like Slayers and stuff.
Okay.
Long Runner, 25 plus anime that are 100 plus episodes long.
Oh.
I don't have that much. I have like Hunter x Hunter. I think that's the only one I finished that long. I should actually check. I'm curious. Because, yeah, I don't watch a lot of the super long running ones. I watched, like, Fairy Tail for a while, and I still need to get back to that, I think.
Hmm.
Uh, can I sort this by episode? Okay, I finished
Oh.
Hunter x Hunter. And then the next one I finished was World Trigger, which had 73 episodes, and Cardcaptor Sakura that had 70. Shaman King
Oh.
was 64. So I've only seen one over 100.
Oh wow.
Like, that one's
That's
hard to get. You've got to watch, like, all the
yeah.
Dragon Balls,
That's.
Naruto Shippuden, Bleach, all
Hmm.
that stuff. All the old running shonen stuff, but lots of that's still going, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess there's some really long running sports. It's kind of unfortunate. It would make more sense if series like Haikyuu that have like 3 seasons, all the seasons would be added together or whatever.
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. And then they have ones for shorts. They have the pervert one, which there's the formula. You have the lowest pervert anime one. I don't have any,
Okay.
but I'm watching To Love Ru right now, so I might get one when I finish that.
Hmm.
There's ones for mean scores. There's like, I love Chinese cartoons. If your mean anime score is higher than 8.5, watching anime is suffering. If your mean anime score is lower than 5, it's like, and then there's less than 3.
Hmm.
If your mean anime is scoring less than 3, it's like, why would you even watch anime?
Yeah.
And they have like completionists once you've seen 50 plus. If you've never dropped a series,
Mm.
like you've managed to survive
That's. Oh.
watching so many anime without dropping any of them, you masochist. That one's easy to get if you just delete the ones on your drop list. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
I have like 30 on my drop list right now. There's some I might go
I
back to. I doubt it though.
think I've got a bunch more than 30 on my drop list.
You
Cause
drop a lot more. I
yeah.
try to soldier through if it's even somewhat
Hmm.
bearable, but
Yeah. The thing for me is I'll like at the start of a season, I'll go through, look at all the new stuff that's coming out and see if there's anything interesting. And there'll be like 5 or 6 shows that I'll just watch the first episode and go, whatever, and just put it on my drop list because it wasn't.
yeah, I
So that
mainly
probably
just
come. Yeah.
yeah. I mainly just go for stuff I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like anyways, so I don't do
Hmm.
that too much. I like
Yeah.
how instead of horror,
Hmm.
wait, do they have horror? Yeah, they have horror in the manga achievements, but they also have one specifically for vampires and demons.
Oh.
Because apparently there's lots of that for manga.
Mm.
They have Yaoi and Shonen Ai, and Yuri and Shoujo Ai.
Hmm.
Or Shonen, yeah, Shonen. And then they have the old manga. It's like old stuff, long runner. It's like manga that have 15 plus volumes.
Mm.
That actually used to be higher. I think that used to be like 25 plus volumes, which is really
Oh.
hard. I think I have a lot more long running manga finished, or ones I'm like currently watching.
Hmm.
Well, One Piece I dropped after 79 volumes because I hate my life.
Hmm.
Negima I've read 18 of the 38.
Yeah.
Yankee Kunta Magani-chan, the worst. Ugh, I hate that series. The ending was one of the worst endings I've ever seen. I don't have too many. I have like
Hmm.
2 finished over 15, and some that are like on hold or reading.
Yeah.
Uh, Boku no Hero Academia might hit that far. UQ Holder might hit that far. Oh, I know I have more. I don't know why they got mixed. Oh, it's because I'm going by chapter, not by volume. Okay, I see.
Oh.
Volume-wise, I've actually finished quite a few over. I have like Full Metal Alchemist, Soul Eater, Yankee-kun,
Hmm.
Kaibutsu Ojo. I have the
Mm.
Josho Shonen Anthology comic, which
Yeah.
is a gender bender cross-dressing anthology comic. No regrets. Uh, yeah. And they have mean score ones, no drops, total number. They don't have any weird ones like Boku no Pico. I thought they did. I wanted to find it, but I guess not.
Mm. Yeah.
But yeah, so if you ever want to see what achievements you have. I kind of like just rambled about this site for a really long time. I just think it's
Hmm.
really fun and
Yeah,
funny.
I like seeing statistics stuff like this. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's cool. Anyways, I probably shouldn't have rambled quite that time.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I guess we should end here before I go
Hmm.
on to another rambling tangent. We've gone 20 minutes over where we usually go because of
Yeah.
that site alone. That was probably like 20 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I kind of just rambled by myself. It's
That's all
awkward
right.
when I'm the one like controlling the stream because I can't be like,
Hmm.
hey, check out some achievements you have and what series you have.
Hmm.
That would fit that. So I'll try to
Oh,
avoid doing stuff quite like this series as much.
that's that's fine.
Try to stick
No
to more
worries.
participation.
Hmm.
But yeah, if anyone knows physics, come tell us about imaginary time. Correct me because I'm horribly wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Shenanimegans
Yeah,
for this week.
we'll
Unless you have
see.
anything last second.
No, that was my last
No.
second thing that ended up being
All
like
right.
really long, and I
Yeah.
apologize horribly. I'm just
Okay.
excited about it.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just had to go long enough for Necro to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our
Okay.
faithful
Yeah.
viewer Necro.
Hmm.
Thank you again for
So.
those questions the other day. I actually can thank him while he's here. So,
Mm.
so yeah, that's it
Yeah.
for the.
For episode 3.
Yes, 3. I almost said 4. Thank you for saying that instead of me.
Hmm.
We'll be back with episode 4 next week. I hope you enjoy. Take care and have a great day.
Yep. Bye bye.